Well, look who it is. It is I, Alex. Welcome back to my channel. I just decided to take a little break from, posting YouTube videos just because, I don't really make any money off of it. So it's just like, I only do it for fun, because I like making videos for you guys. I like the editing, I just like the whole entire process. But right now, as you can see, I'm at the shop because something on the 240, decided to give out on me. So, yesterday I was at a meet. Yesterday, the start of the day, let's go there, start of the day, doing my usual thing, getting ready for work, warming up the car, and I go to take off, and I look down at the temp gauge to see, where it's at, because usually I like to leave when the needle is actually moving, but this thing was actually kind of high, and I was like, wait, that's not right, just because, I have a dual core, it should be full of radiator fluid, but I just thought, hey, maybe I just have an air pocket, and I saw it go down, so I was like, oh, let me, nothing of it. So and then at work, work day goes by, come out, go to my car, it's perfectly fine, and then head home to change for the meet, and then as I'm trying to leave for the meet, I see the needle get high again. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Maybe another air bubble. So I go to the meet, hang out for a little bit, have some fun and all that stuff, and then hang out with some friends. Then as I'm leaving the meet, I see my temps just rising, not like going down again, but just rising. So I'm like, okay, let me just pull over at this gas station and see what's up. And when I open the hood, I hear a hissing / pissing sound. So I'm just like, okay, I can't see anything. It's not from the top radiator hose, not from the lower. Go to open the radiator and there's no fluid in it. So I'm like, oh shit, they're, all pissed out from somewhere. So I go look, and I remember when I did the 5-speed swap of my car, that there were coolant lines behind the intake manifold that were super rusted, just because the owners before me only used water in this car. I don't know why. It just blows my mind. Like, how do you not know that just water and the system is terrible? So right now I am reaping the consequences for their actions. So right now I'm gonna show you back here, if you guys can kind of see it. Right, you guys can't fucking see shit. Right there, see that rusted line right there? You guys can kind of see it, but it's leaking from there, and it's a T to that rusty line right there. Yeah, right there, all the way that goes up to this heater hose line. So I gotta somehow get to that, and it's looking like I'm gonna have to get to it by removing the intake manifold. All right, now Brian is here with me at the shop. Say what's up, Brian. Right now Tommy came over and gave me some motivation and kind of dove in with me, and we've been gung-ho. So right now we got the harness, the upper harness, out of the way right now to the injectors and all that stuff. So right now, next is the fuel lines and stuff. To be honest, I'm high-key shitting brick, and my anxiety is through the roof, but we're gonna get through this. So this is my first time doing this, and this is probably the first time this car's intake manifold has been taken off, so it's definitely going to be needed. So yeah, but this guy. But yeah, me and Brian are about to go in. I should set you guys up for a time lapse section. Update, I don't know if guys I showed you, the upper intake manifold is off, the rear is still on, but we're slowly getting to the actual piece that is leaking. But came across more problems, obviously. Fucking 240 right there. It was like I don't know what type of pipe, but it's right there. So this pipe right here, it's like a pressure fitting thing. I don't know what to fucking call it, but that obviously you can see rusted out. So I gotta somehow replace that. And we're deleting the EGR now too, just because like we're already here, might as well delete the EGR. And yeah, slowly but surely taking it apart, but not confident on putting it back together, I tell you that. But you know, it's a learning curve. But as I'm down here, you might as well, as like Tommy was saying, everyone else was saying, since I'm already here, might as well replace things that need to get replaced. So we're slowly taking our time, slowly observing what's down here. And like some of the videos that people post about simplifying the KA manifold, it's just like cool, it's sick, but it's just like all their motors are already out of the car, and no one shows in the car, and it's just like it's difficult because like they can get different angles on the manifold, take the manifold off, and all that stuff, but it's just like I can't, because there's so much more down here that meets the eye. All right guys, so an hour later I finally got to the coolant hose that was leaking. As you see, it's off right now. You see that rusty piece of shit right there, and where is it? Right here. You see this little, I need to stop cussing, but you see this damn hole burst thing right here? Yeah, that was my problem. All right guys, so I don't know where I left off with the video, but it's been a few days, maybe 2, I don't know, but a lot of shit has been going on. I just did a detail today for my boy Zach. You'll see pictures or let a post from his YouTube. You'll see a post from his IG right here, and I'll repost it myself, so you'll see it on my story. But that took all day. I was kind of, it took me forever today to do. Kind of my bad, because I was procrastinating and also getting distracted. So that took forever, but car came out good. He's going to Simply Clean, so whoever is down here in Florida or is coming down to Florida, you'll see his car is blue IS on some works, and it looks really, really good. So yeah, I'm glad he is super happy with it. And yeah, but yesterday couldn't work on the S14 just because Tommy had to deal with his kids, and he was supposed to get me some things to help me finish this, but obviously didn't see him yesterday. So today had to do the detail, but then he still had his kids, so he was dealing with that. But as soon as I finished the detail, I went straight to working on my KA, and I did what I could. Right here in the engine bay, took the lower manifold out of the intake, and that took forever. Me and Steph were struggling on this just because this car was like barely touched, but touched at the same exact time. So it wasn't like the best, and the last guy who did work on this car was a hack. So yeah, but what was holding the lower intake manifold was 3 bolts and 2 brackets, and that was a bitch to get to, just because like down here it was super cramped and it was just annoying. But what I did here was simplify the heater core. So what I seen on a couple YouTube channels was they ran from off the thermostat housing right here straight back to back there, and then here to there. Like I said, whoever was in here last, they hacked it and they put some bullshit like this. This is not stock. It usually like is a little like bar thing, but if it works, it works. Yeah, so that's a big simplification. And like I said, I deleted the EGR, so I'm just waiting. Tonight literally is crunch time, because Tommy's supposed to make me the EGR delete plate, or just weld up the EGR brass iron thing. And that's that. And then off the exhaust manifold, plug where the EGR went around the block into the EGR solenoid. Plug that hole. He's gonna get the fitting, weld the center, blocked. And then right here was the biggest problem, back here, right there where my finger is pointing, where it's part of the timing cover, lower timing cover. I found that out like yesterday, and I have a spare one, but I would have to take the motor out to do it. So he just found something to slide in here that's gonna be super tight and it's gonna be super sealed, and that goes to a coolant bypass on the intake manifold. I'll show more tomorrow, but just giving you a rundown what I did today. You know, we're still working on it. You know, just I'm doing what I can. You know, at first I was super nervous, super like my anxiety was off the top, off the roof. And you know, it's my first time doing something big like this, and obviously it could be done a lot cleaner, a lot, you know, better. But you know, since it's my first time, I'm just trying to gather everything and do it right, you know, and don't rush into it. So all right guys, so it is the next day and we're back here with the S14. So what I was talking about yesterday that Tommy had to do was do this. So we have a fitting. It was like a press, I don't know how to explain it, but he had a fitting with a barbed end so I could put a coolant hose on it so I could do the coolant bypass the right way, because since the other one fell out, you know, this is it, placement. And you can see that shiny stuff around it. You already know it's JB Weld. So I don't think it's gonna fail. So I'm doubtful of starting it tonight. Tomorrow is definitely a new day. But just because like I gotta put the intake manifold back in, wire everything back together, make sure everything's good and whatnot. But over here, you can see Christopher. Oh, wow, okay. I don't do that for your videos, but.
Sorry, not having the best time. Me and you are having similar times right now.
Well, of course, I mean, this is a 5-day project so far.
This is 2 hours so far, so I guess.
Well, I mean, you'll have this video up before I go.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So
changing manifold? Sorry.
no, this is the stock manifold. They're just 2 parts on a KA. I know, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So this is all one.
That's all one. It's a clamshell basically.
Ew.
I call it. No, I mean I don't have like about $600 for a aftermarket one.
What about a Freddy?
Same.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, our Freddy is a X. So, the last you saw that this was in 2 separate pieces. Now I have it in 1. So right now I'm just trying to check over the whole entire manifold just so I don't miss anything, because the last thing I want is leaks or just leaks in general. Just because like that's why I took this whole entire thing out, just because of fucking leaks. So yeah, so all I gotta do is measure the PCV, measure this coolant bypass. It might be a little big, but whatever. Just gotta cut it a little bit. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. All right, guys. So with the help of Dan the man, we finally got the manifold on. It was a little bit of a bitch just because the bypass hose right here was a bitch to get on, and then the PCV underneath. But right now, everything should be in place. Now it's just plugging everything back together and hoping it runs. So, and I didn't fuck anything up, because like I said before, this is my first time doing something like this. So wish me luck.
Gang, gang.
All right, guys. So update: manifold is all tightened down. We struggle with that just because never use a Felpo gasket. It just never lined up perfectly, so it was just a pain in the dick. But now Dan and I are buttoning up all the buttons on stuff, trying to get all the fuel lines ready, and trying to see what's been deleted and what's not been deleted. So I don't know. Well, I'll just update you guys when everything's like back together and ready to start. All right, guys. So we should have everything all buttoned up. Coolant is in. I hand the phone to Marquise to record the first start. A couple times. Yeah, I want to dive in right back.
Yeah, prime it?
What am I doing?
Try to start it. Crank it, dude. There you go.
TV sound?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, guys. So right now inside the car, I just thought I'd take it for a little drive. You know, make sure everything still works, make sure everything still moves, nothing seized up. But right now, you know, the car's back together. You know, it was my first time ever doing something that big, and obviously, you know, it took a little longer. Tommy, you know, had his personal things to take care of, and I totally understand that. And you know, it is what it is, but we got it done. Thank you, Tommy, for all your help. You know, it's just nice to finally be able to drive this car again. Right now, it's super, like, I don't know what to fucking call it, but it's like I can't see out the window. I want to celebrate with a burnout and stuff, but it's just like, I don't know. So as the next morning, the car runs phenomenal right now. No hiccups, no problems, no nothing, no exhaust leaks, no coolant leaks. I just have to plug in one vacuum hose that I didn't know it went to, so I could probably just cap that underneath. But I'm super stoked that the car is running great again. You know, for me, I'm not, like, I don't really have a lot of experience with cars. But, you know, obviously I'm learning as I go, and like this was my first intake manifold job, like, situation. I mean, I've taken the Miata motor out, and then I did a 5-speed swap on this car. So, you know, obviously, you know, we're getting better and we're learning. So I don't know, I'm ecstatic. The car drives great, and I can't wait to keep just transforming on the car. So I think that's gonna do it for this video today, guys. Put it down in the comments what you guys want to see next. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me. Definitely more stuff on the way, but yeah, I'm super happy. I'll see you guys in the next one.